Cottage cheese sales jumped 20% in a single year, driven almost entirely by one TikTok trend. 1 cup of cottage cheese has 28 grams of protein. Premium ice cream has 9. Cottage cheese, the protein trend. This is grocery science. Here is exactly what changed and whether the trend actually holds up.
Cottage cheese is made from curdled milk, retaining casein protein within its curd structure.
1 cup of whole milk cottage cheese contains 28 grams of protein. That same cup contains 220 calories, compared to 495 in ice cream.
Casein protein digests slowly, releasing amino acids steadily over 6 to 8 hours.
That slow release differs from whey protein, which digests and absorbs more quickly.
Some research suggests pre-sleep casein protein may support overnight muscle protein maintenance.
Cottage cheese provides roughly 25% more protein than Greek yogurt per serving.
Greek yogurt generally contains more live, active probiotic cultures than standard cottage cheese.
Comparing both products directly reveals each one has a genuinely different nutritional strength. Cottage cheese's protein density makes it useful for supporting fullness between meals. Low-fat and fat-free versions offer meaningfully reduced calories while retaining similar protein.
Protein density remains the core reason this specific trend gained traction in the first place.
Salt is added during cottage cheese production for flavor and to help develop curd texture. 1 cup of cottage cheese can contain 700 milligrams of sodium, 30% of daily value. Nutrition experts at Harvard have specifically flagged cottage cheese sodium content as worth monitoring. Some research has found no clear negative blood pressure impact from typical cottage cheese consumption.
Calcium, potassium, and bioactive peptides in cottage cheese may help offset some sodium concerns. This research remains limited and does not necessarily apply equally to every individual.
Low-sodium cottage cheese varieties can contain roughly 140 milligrams per 100 grams. Briefly rinsing cottage cheese can reduce its sodium content by roughly 60%. This rinsing technique does slightly change the product's texture and overall flavor profile. Choosing low-sodium versions specifically supports more regular daily use without excess sodium. That's why I choose this one. Comparing sodium across several cottage cheese brands directly reveals meaningful, checkable differences. Protein content and sodium together remain the 2 figures most worth checking on any tub. The viral recipe blends cottage cheese with fruit and a sweetener, then freezes it solid. A typical homemade version contains around 136 calories and 6 grams of sugar, while standard ice cream has significantly more. That figure runs meaningfully lower than standard premium ice cream's sugar and calorie content. Dietitians generally agree this trend has legitimate nutritional upside, though it needs some nuance. Texture remains the most common complaint, with some versions still tasting noticeably like cheese. Adding banana or a small amount of cream helps smooth the final texture considerably. Some AI-generated recipe content has made exaggerated gut health claims about this dessert. Standard cottage cheese does not contain live active cultures the way yogurt typically does. Nutrition researchers recommend treating this dessert as a protein swap, not a gut health claim. Viral wellness trends often outpace the underlying science supporting their more specific health claims.
Check sodium content, check protein grams, and choose low-sodium versions for regular daily use.
Choosing low-sodium cottage cheese supports everyday snacking without excess sodium accumulation. Blending cottage cheese with fruit creates a protein-rich alternative to traditional ice cream. Pairing cottage cheese with pineapple or berries balances its mild flavor naturally. Cottage cheese is often less expensive per gram of protein than specialty protein powder. A few extra seconds reading the label can meaningfully change what ends up in the fridge. So the protein numbers really do check out. The trend earned its viral moment fairly. High protein and meaningful sodium coexist in this product. Both facts are simply true.
Protein content and sodium level remain the two numbers most worth checking together.
That understanding gives you a real choice rather than just a trending one.
At Grocery Science, we examine food through evidence, not to generate fear. Next time, the viral chocolate bar now sitting in your local grocery store, ingredient by ingredient. Thank you for watching Grocery Science. Stay curious, stay informed.